Welcome to Yoga Express. About stretching. Yoga health program that airs Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday. I don't know why I skipped Friday. Monday through Friday on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FiOS 35. For our viewers out there, especially for the new viewers, and we have a wonderful limited audience, a very special guest in our audience as well today. Lynn, thank you for being here. We are not going to have our guest who is watching us, we're not going to have our guest come on air, but if there's any feedback, feel free to speak with us. Your voice will be picked up, Lynn. For our new viewers out there who don't know our program just yet, we have a lot of support for you. We have a postcard with 48, and I'm going to hold it up for the camera so you can pick it up, Danny. Thank you. We have a postcard with 48 simple ailment-specific stretches. We workshop these stretches through a number of episodes, and I think we've workshopped almost all 48 now. We also have a fridge magnet, which you can stick up on your fridge, which has all the 48 stretches over there as a reminder. The names are not there. And they're not numbered either, but it's there for you to remind you. Stick this on your fridge, put this in your handbag, and I think I might have run out of a few of those business cards which have the sequence on the back as well. Stick that in your wallet. If you're lucky, I might be able to print a few more and I'll send you a copy of each of these. In addition, we have a website, www.yogaexpress.com, and a blog, yogaexpress.blogspot.com. That's YOGAXPRESS. Plus, we have a book called Yoga Secrets, from which we have adapted these 48 postures. So you have plenty of support and should have absolutely no excuses not to stretch. If you can move, you can stretch. As my wonderful participant here, Adina Marmelstein, will vouch for it. Adina, you came in about 3 or 4 episodes back to back. With us, and please tell our viewers first of all tell our viewers how you felt, and then tell us what you do on a day-to-day basis. Why don't you tell us a little bit?
Well, it was wonderful to come into your good trainer and your good direction.
Tell us about the program. How did you feel?
I felt wonderful, very energized.
Were you totally hyped up?
I was and I felt very energized. Just that well-being, no struggling. Just
good. And I noticed
smoothly.
You talked a lot about chakras. We mentioned a lot about chakras, and you knew a lot about that.
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with what you do?
Well, I've always been interested in healing, and I do a little healing work. And, we do hold in our bodies. You hold up here in your shoulders all the time when you're stressed.
Right.
And you're sitting down at the computer, right? So if you release that physically, then you're also releasing the emotional content to it.
Right, so you need to stretch.
Yes.
Right, we need to stretch. And just before we started airing today, Adina and I were having a little bit of a mini discussion about how important it is to stretch, and that in the first few days of your practice, you drag your body to class. So right now you're watching us on TV, so you're in a virtual classroom, and maybe it's a little difficult for you to get used to our schedule, and you're dragging yourself in front of the TV just to watch our show. But after a few days, maybe a few weeks, your body drags you in front of the TV or to the yoga studio where you can go and stretch. So in the beginning, you drag your body, and eventually your body drags you. That means the body is getting used to stretching at a particular time, and that's what we need to build, a time discipline. Stretching is not difficult. Like we said, if you can move, you can stretch. Having said that, Adina, you mentioned today, again, before we started, and you said I had a lot of coffee today. Tell me, what is that doing to you? Is that bothering you?
It doesn't always happen to let you know as a yogi person, but in those social
No, it's perfectly
situations,
all right,
you
yeah.
have some coffee to.
That's
to
fine. But
meet
what
up
does
with
that
people.
do? What is that doing
Well,
to
I feel jittery from it.
Right.
So,
Coffee does hype us up.
And we're quite in the more late afternoon now, and started very early this morning on
Right.
other things. I also came here, so we've had a day.
Right, right.
So I'm just like you too. Sometimes that's where my body is, and I also have to bring myself to stretching. So I'm jittery, and I can tell I'm not in balance. I can pick up. One thing about yoga is that it brings your awareness to your body, so
Yes.
I can feel
Absolutely.
I am off balance.
And you know it. See, that's
Yeah.
what it's all about. It's about self-awareness. It's about knowing what your body is capable of on any particular day. Some days we feel we're more balanced. Some days we feel we are stronger in our back bends. Some days we're able to do forward folds better. Every day is different. Every day is a new day. And every body is different. So everyone's body is different on any given day. So you can imagine the variety of approaches we can have to these stretches. Adina, it's going to be your choice. Oh, before I go ahead, tell us what, you have this wonderful website called
Healing is appealing.
Healing is appealing.
/weebly.com.
We believe.
Yeah, like I feel today.
Well, we are going to have Adina one of these days as a special guest where she's going to tell us a little more, and she's probably even going to hopefully do a little demo of what you do. It'll be wonderful. I'd love to see, have you on air and show us exactly what you do, because when people see you, they're going to start wanting to get into that practice a little more. Do you ever touch on Kundalini Yoga?
Well, I am certified in Kundalini Yoga.
Right.
I think I mentioned that a little bit in one of your
You
earlier
did.
episodes.
You did.
And I have a dance background.
Right.
And I incorporate a lot of different modalities into that.
Right. Okay, well, I won't have you give away all your secrets today. Today we're going to stretch. And Adina, did you have any preference in today's postures? We can move on to a different set tomorrow, but we've checked off a few of the stretches today. Adina and I are going to go into those. We will keep off of the balance postures today. We're going to let your coffee settle down. Let's stand up. Let's start with the standing postures. Oh, the other thing, very quickly, in this box, Yoga Secrets, you actually have 10 ailment-specific cards. In case you're wondering what's the big mystery, what's in that little box, you have ailment-specific sequences, so you really have a lot of help. Okay, Adina, let's stagger ourselves. Why don't you come forward? I'll come back. The cameras will pick up wherever we are, so it's not. We have wonderful camera crew here. We have Danny, we have Anna Pastor in the control room, we have Jabari, so we have a wonderful crew. They'll all pick us up. Okay, let's keep our heels together, toes slightly apart, hands by your side. We're not going to do any, I promise you, Adina, today, we're not going to do any balanced postures, but for viewers at home, if you ever need to get into some of these balanced postures, remember, there's a very simple trick. All you do, and you can also use them in some of these stretches. All you have to do is look at a point in front of you that doesn't move. Don't look at people. People are always moving. Look at an object or a point that doesn't move. Okay, heels are together, hands by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Keep inhaling, take your arms all the way overhead, palms facing in. Clasp your palms together in any manner that your school has taught you. Here in the studios, we're fortunate enough to be able to see ourselves in the monitor, so we can correct ourselves, we can try and synchronize our moves. Folks at home, if you have a mirror, it's okay, just for a bit of adjustment, but don't use a mirror too often. That vanity in us comes out, so we don't want that. We're going to exhale and fold from the hip. We're going to keep our back nice and straight. Take your shoulders back. Take a nice deep inhale.
I'm on camera one.
Exhale and fold from the hip. Hold it right here. Today's sequence has been adapted and totally dedicated to Adina's choice. Adina has made this selection today, and we're going to tell you at the end of this episode how we feel, and I'm sure we are going to feel wonderful. So hold it. When we hold this posture, Adina, please stay there. I just want to show our viewers. When we hold this posture, I want our viewers to know what we're doing is our spinal extensors are getting a beautiful stretch in the back of our body. Spinal extensors are the huge muscle that protects the spine in the back of your body. You're also getting a wonderful stretch in your hamstrings and your gluteals. Your gluteals are your buttock muscles. Hamstrings are in the back of your thighs. You're stretching. Adina, can you feel your calf stretching as well?
Absolutely feels good.
Adina feels her calf stretch as well. So you feel a beautiful stretch all the way down the back of your body. And just as we do that, the muscles in the back of the body are stretching, but at the same time, Adina is also compressing the front of her body. So the spinal flexors on the front, the huge muscle that protects the spine in the front of the body, is compacting, but other than that, you're getting a beautiful compression of all the glands and organs in the middle part of your body. You may recall, we have spoken about this in several episodes. Between the hip and the shoulders, we have almost all the glands and organs. Yes, we do have the pineal, pituitary, and the brain above the shoulders, but most of the others are right here. So you have the large intestine, you have the small intestine, you have the stomach, liver, kidneys, lungs. You have everything right here. So you want to make sure that you keep them nice and compact. You're compressing, massaging, all of that. Okay, now if I don't get Adina out of this posture, she's going to freeze over there. So let's get out of that. We're going to come up with a straight back. Keep your palms together. Inhale. Come up very slowly. Keep going up. Keep inhaling. Exhale and release. Adina and I combined two postures when we got into this forward fold. We took our arms up, which is Hasta Uttana. Hasta is hand, Uttana is raised. And that was actually a preliminary to the forward fold, which is called Pada Hasta. Hasta again is hand, Pada is foot, hands to feet. You don't have to remember the names of these postures. All you have to do is feel the stretch and feel the compression. That's all you need to do. Just feel good about yourself and understand how good these stretches will make you feel. Understand what good it's doing for you. Okay, Adina, the next one. We're going to do another intense forward fold. So let's turn to the left because we have let's turn the other way. We have a camera right there, so I wanted to pick you up. Adina is fairly tall. How tall are you, Adina?
10 feet.
Yes, you're going to feel 10 feet tall today. But Adina is very tall, so she's going to have her legs apart a little more. Now, I'm not very tall, but sometimes I get a little ambitious. And I also get foolish. So, to prevent myself from falling, I'm going to put the brakes on. I'm going to bring my toes in. And once my body is all the way forward, then I might bring my legs out just a little more. Right now, I am at about 3.5 to 4 feet. Adina, you might want to go further a little more. You're very tall, so that's beautiful. Now, when we stretch in this manner, we already feel a wonderful pelvic stretch in the adductor muscles. The adductor muscles are the insides of your upper thigh. So we've got our brakes on. Arms by our side. We're going to face forward. So forward in the sense forward for ourselves. We're not going to look at the camera, so we're in profile to you. Inhale. Bring your arms up to shoulder height. Palms facing down. Keep inhaling. Take your arms all the way overhead. Palms facing in. Clasp your hands in any manner that your school has taught you. Some of us, Adina has got her index fingers and her thumbs. Index fingers are pointing out and her thumb is clasped. All the other fingers are clasped. The school that I trained teaches us to keep our palms together. Now, if I have to keep my palms together, my elbows bend just a little bit, which is fine. Some of us need a little bit of bending of the elbows to get your palms together. But if I clasp my fingers together, I can get my arms straight up. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think it has something to do with anatomical proportions. So we're going to exhale and fold from the hip again, keeping our back nice and straight. Exhale. Pause at midpoint just for a second and keep coming down. Place your palms on the mat between your legs. Once your palms are nice and firm, you can wiggle your feet out further. I'm going to try that today. I'm feeling a little bit stronger than usual and a little bit ambitious, so I'm going to do that for the simple reason that when I bring my palms down and my elbows are very close to each other, my palms are in the middle, and when I get my legs out just a little more, my feet are out a little more, I actually close the distance between the crown of my head and the floor. It makes it a little easier for me to touch the floor. So let's keep exhaling and go down if we can. If you feel today is not the day when you can actually touch the floor with the crown of your head, feel free to use this foam block. You may have a wooden block at home, a foam block. I'm going to keep it at the lowest point and then keep exhaling. Now, if you're not ready for that either today, I'll turn it to midpoint and keep exhaling. Whatever you do, the more you exhale, the easier it gets to fold over. Now, some days I'm not very strong, so I will keep it at the highest orientation. Whatever you do, make the connection. So if the crown of your head doesn't touch the floor today, please use some assistance. It's perfectly all right to get help and seek help when you need it. Now, in order to come up, it must be safe for me to take my hands off the floor. So I'm going to wiggle my feet just a little closer. And once my feet are nice and firm, my brakes are in, bring your palms together. Inhale, come up with a nice straight back. Keep inhaling. Let's come up all the way. Exhale, bring your arms to the side. And Adina, hold it right there. I just want to explain. Bring your arms down to the side of your thighs. I just want to point out to our viewers again, this is all about workshopping each of the postures we've selected for you. The way Adina has her legs stretched out, she should feel a beautiful, beautiful pelvic stretch on the adductor muscles, the inside of her thighs. Do you feel that, Adina?
Yes.
Folks at home, if you don't feel that stretch, if you don't feel that little bit of pain, it means you're capable of going further. So you want to challenge yourself just a little more. You don't want to be in pain. You want to feel a kind of ecstatic pain. You want to keep it there where you feel good. And when Adina folded over, she had her back beautiful and straight. When she folded over, she compressed the front of her body. In addition to that, both the previous posture and this one, let's wiggle our feet together, Adina. Thank you. In addition to that, we also had the blood flowing to our brain. So it's very refreshing, and I think we're both already charged, right?
Yes, and heated up.
And heated up. Our chakras are starting to move. So as you know that all our chakras are situated between the hip again, just where the glands and organs are, between the hip and the crown. So you have the Muladhara chakra. In your pelvic region, you have Swadhisthana, you have Manipura, lower abdomen, upper abdomen. You have the Anahata, the heart chakra, Vishuddhi chakra in the throat, Ajna is in the forehead, and Sahasrara on the crown of your head. Each of these, and we should do an episode on that. Actually, I've done that very long ago, but I think we need a refresher. Each of these chakras or energy centers are related to one physiological body system. So you have the digestive system, you have the, kidneys. What system is that?
Pancreas, kidneys, solar plexus.
Solar plexus. No, there's another
chakra.
system where excretory system, and you have digestive, excretory, and you also have the Anahata is for the lungs and heart. So you have a respiratory system. So each of these chakras, each of these wheels of energy, they're like vortices of energy which are activated when we do all these folds and stretches. Plus, when we stretch, we release endorphins, right?
Yes.
And
adrenals and cortisol.
Well, there you go. So you're an endorsement for all those, because I know in the last few episodes when we stretched together, we were all totally hyped up.
Yes.
We could feel our chakras moving. So think of it, you don't have to think of yoga as a religious thing at all. Just think of it as something that you do to keep your good health. Learn to respect your body, learn to keep what you already have. Okay, let's do. Oh, you chose a nice one. That actually makes me dizzy, but I'm happy to do that. Let's do that. No.
Skip it.
Happily dizzy. Oh, no. Let's do that. We're going to do a posture. The one we just went into is called Ugrasana. Ugra means fierce. I guess it does make you feel really charged. So I guess that's where the word fierce came from. Some schools actually call the forward fold that Adina and I just did. Some schools actually call it Prasarita Padottanasana. So Prasarita is legs stretched out, Padotana is feet, so you're basically coming with your legs stretched out. So it's a full forward fold. We have the next posture we're going to go into is called Kati Chakra. Chakra is wheel. Kati is half or semi. We have 5 minutes. That's beautiful. Since we're workshopping it, we're probably going to go through about another 3 or 4 postures. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. Okay, keep your feet about 6 to 8 inches apart. Put your brakes on. There's no balance here and no outstretching of the legs, but you still want to keep your brakes on so you feel nice and firm. Bring your palms in front of your chest. Hands are in front of the chest, palms facing down. Elbows are nice and up. Now, the reason we keep our elbows raised is to feel the alertness it brings to our body. We can flop our elbows and put it down here, but then you're going to look listless. How do you feel? Can you feel the difference?
That is a difference.
That's
in
right.
An emotional feeling.
There you go. That's good. So Adina feels it. I feel it. There is a big difference to the way you enter and exit a posture. And by the way, exiting a posture is as important. In fact, it's more important than knowing how to enter a posture. We're going to exhale and extend our arm to the right and to the left in turns. First, take a deep breath. Exhale to the right. Just swing the right arm out. Inhale, come back to the front.
You want mine?
Exhale to the left.
Okay. You want
Inhale, back to the front. This time, the last time we exhaled, we kept our hips stationary. This time, we're going to take our hips with us and see how far we can take our hands back. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the front. Exhale, and we can hold. Are you okay to hold that for a few seconds? I want to point out something in this posture. Now, when we do those abdominal twists, we are not only, when we twist to the right side, we are stretching our obliques on the left of our midriff. We twist to the left, we stretch the obliques on the right side, which means when we stretch on one side, we're compressing the other side. So we stretch the muscle on the right side, we're compressing the glands and organs on the left side. So when we go outward, we also stretch our pectorals. We stretch the intercostal muscles. Pectorals are the chest muscles in front of the upper body. Intercostals are the cartilaginous muscle that is between the rib cage. So the intercostal stretch, your diaphragm moves up. So basically what we are doing is we're opening up. So we inhale, so that is energizing us. All postures that open up your body energize us. We still have 5 minutes. Yes, the clock didn't move. I love that. I love that. So let's exhale, bring our arms down. Oh, Adina, you actually marked off the Natraja. That's a balanced posture, and that's yours. You put it there. So you want to try it?
Whatever.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Now, Adina has confessed to having a little extra coffee today. She thinks she's not going to be able to get into a balanced posture because the coffee has energized her so much. But you know what? I think she'll be fine. You're already fully charged. So let's keep transfer the weight to your right leg. Now, raise the heel of the left foot. Very gently bend your left leg at the knee. Clasp your left ankle from behind. Now, for balance, look in front of you. Look at an object that doesn't move. All right, hold it right there. Look at something in front, not too far ahead, maybe on the mat somewhere. Now, you don't have to raise your hand just yet, Adina. If you don't feel ready, place your right hand on your hip. Now, what we're going to do, when you feel ready, keep focusing at a point in front of you, somewhere on the floor. Don't look at Danny. Don't look at Anna. They're going to distract you today. They're getting these wonderful shots. Now, when you're ready, inhale. Bring your right arm up. Exhale and lift your left knee off. Dip your torso just a little bit. Keep exhaling. Now, I may also come out of this posture. Just hold it wherever you are. If I'm able to go down, that's fine. Some days I can, some days I cannot. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Inhale, come up. I wasn't very graceful coming out of it because I could feel myself losing balance. But I was feeling strong enough to try. So that's all we want. We just want to try.
And a good yoga teacher goes after something you can't do. It's true.
That's right. We want to challenge.
To bring you into that place.
Right. We're trying to challenge ourselves.
Yes.
So we're doing the best we can. And you did fine. We have 3 minutes. You did fine with your balance. That is the traditional position. So that's fine. Let's not forget the other side. All yoga stretches need to be balanced by stretching the other side. You don't want to go home feeling you've done half a job, right? Transfer your weight to the left leg. Raise your right foot at the heel. Bend your right knee. Bend your right leg at the knee. Clasp your right ankle from behind with the right hand. This time, we're not going to place our hand on the hip. Adina's fine. Inhale. Raise your left arm. Look at a point in front of you that doesn't move. Keep exhaling. And lift your right knee, dip your torso as deep as you can. We'll find that even in any given posture, one side is stronger than the other. One side balance is better than the other. And I'm not quite going to get there. Almost there, I'm fine. Inhale, let's come up. And release. Now, when we got into this posture, what we could feel was a beautiful quadricep stretch, right? In turns, we felt a wonderful quad stretch in the left leg and the right leg. What we also did, we didn't do any compression of organs very much, but when we went down, we also tightened our lower back muscles. That's what improves our balance. So when your low back muscles are nice and tight and you keep exhaling, when you keep exhaling, your abdomen goes in, so you're compressing. So we're doing a lot of things at the same time. Okay, we have time for 2 more at least, hopefully. We have time for 1 more. Okay, thank you, Anna. Heels together, toes slightly apart, palms by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height. That's okay. We'll keep going till we're timed out. Keep going all the way overhead. Clasp the opposite elbows. Now, bring your shoulders nice and back. Exhale, fold from the hip. Keep your back nice and straight. Another wonderful forward fold. Exhale and fold. We are combining all these forward folds one after the other, and we are feeling a beautiful compression in our midriff. When we come down, this is one of the few times we do not have to make a connection with the floor because we already have a connection with the opposite elbows. You should feel a beautiful stretch in your hamstrings, a wonderful compression of the lower abdomen on your upper thigh. Keep exhaling. Very gently, as long as the cameras are rolling, we're going to place our palms about 1.5 feet in front of our feet. Take your left leg back and your right leg back. And we are now in what's known as downward dog position in most of North America. Where I come from, we call this parvat. Parvat is mountain. We'll feel a wonderful hamstring stretch. We have a